sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong? Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and that
You hope?
if I'm right, she could be our only chance at...
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really? Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's...
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant...
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Do you remember that case? When that old weasel met us?
Of course I remember.
I needed hydration.
Hydration, huh?
A real jungle grows in the middle of...
And the poet is lost in the...
A real jungle...
And the Huh, one of Wessler's ancestors.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so...
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans.
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money.
That too.
Maybe one day, you'll get your own statue at the PD, boss. I can almost see it now.
Not while blood boils alive.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe one day...
Not...
Oh, yeah. Is this a mansion?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage. Look at all these plants.
Yeah.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler, can still dream something so beautiful to surround himself with. Look at all these plants.
Yeah.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler, can still Look at all these...
Yeah. quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
We could also drive around in one of these, huh? You think we would have made it as gangsters?
I don't think so, Marty. We're born to be suckers.
Honest suckers, at least.
Same thing. Wessler sure has a sense of...
Do you mean his car?
Both.
Fair enough.
Wessler...
Do you mean
both?
Fair enough. What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin'...
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
It's a long way...
Well, we could finally find out if you can fly or not.
It's a long...
Well, we could find...
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest...
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Please tell me there's...
If we're lucky.
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sights while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Do you sense that, son?
I do sense.
And utter incompetence.
You're right.
Don't shit with me, you foul! It won't work.
I'm afraid my partner speaks the truth, gentlemen.
Such tall and handsome creatures.
Sure are, Do you sense that? And utter incompetence.
You're right.
Don't shit.
I'm afraid my partner...
Such tall...
Sure are,
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Much more than me,
That wouldn't be hard. Maybe you should talk to her. She was your girl.
We only had 2 dates, and they weren't.
Why am I not surprised? Maybe you should Why am I not...
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin. Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also...
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss,
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katzenko.
You know, I had a dream before we came here. I saw Natasha with a bloody...
And? What is that?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it.
I'm just angry. Truth is...
Your sense of justice...
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chick. There she is.
Yeah, our fate...
And what lovely hands.
With sharp claws, Come on. Come on, Sonny. Deep.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious.
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our comb.
So you know who left the threats.
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Seva.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things? That she used to be...
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was...
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to...
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
Please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
This place is
Because you know what lied.
with Natasha, too?
I haven't decided.
It's like the vegetation's trying to...
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here.
That's quite...
Yeah, it is. It's like some...
Do you mean the...
Both, I guess.
This painting?
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know. Well, if you're interested, we know exactly.
Really?
Really? It's here.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough! Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charade.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit. It's unbelievable how much trouble one single...
Yeah, I don't know what you mean that...
I'll make it clear for you soon enough. Be patient, Mr. Wessler.
Even my patience has its limits, you know.
Interesting. Now that I know the whole thing's... We must finally put an end to this case. We must finally...
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
That's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway.
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
My time's precious, chickens. Get to the point before I lose my patience.
Don't rush us, Mr. Wessler. We'll get to the point when it's...
My time's precious.
Don't rush. I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your...
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can eat...
You son of...
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange.
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and...
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts.
Really?
He fell in love with her.
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there at...
You mean, me?
You.
No. I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who told... Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No. Of course.
Do you love beautiful things?
Why do you ask that?
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you?
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
And do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really stuck.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
More like a confession.
In which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most...
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did...
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course. What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm...
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious. From the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a rip.
You know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you?
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler. But you won't get far with...
Yeah, evasive answer. So
Did you ever believe that you were Ibn Wessler?
Did I ever believe? I still do. I believed it all along. Don't you get it? I am Ibn Wessler.
And also Albert Wessler.
I see you're starting to understand.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so?
What made you think you could deceive Natasha?
Because Natasha loved Ibn, in her own unique way. Yeah, and if there's anything that can blind an animal, it's love and hate. Everything revolves around these two things, Mr. Featherley.
Is everything black and white to you?
No. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything is gray in this world. Only two things have color.
Love and...
I see you understand now, Sonny. Yeah.
Albert, you're everything I'm not. And I'm everything...
Yeah, if that makes it easier for you to...
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
His...
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about, spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious. Because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the...
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on it.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Do you think you can explain everything?
Don't be a fool, Sonny. Insanity is just a temporary state. Just to stop...
So you admit you're insane. That's surprising.
Of course I'm not insane.
Ah, well, here we are.
Albert was insane. He lost all connections to reality. But I saved...
You mean you're...
Both of us, Mr. Featherland.
Okay. I almost understand everything now.
Don't mock me, Mr. Featherland. You're still at the wrong end of the gun, you remember?
It would be hard to forget. When did you decide that we too have to die?
Can I be honest? I didn't want to hurt you, even after what you've done at the club, after interrogating Natasha and me so cruelly. I didn't care. You just saw what's on the outside, just scratching the surface.
Until we found Deborah.
I didn't even know about you finding her until the phone call from the Nile. Then it all became clear. I understood I underestimated you. I had to remedy that mistake before it was too late.
You remove anyone if they happen to cross your path, don't you? Without batting an eye.
Ibn will always be like that. Albert the opposite, so don't think I wasn't struggling, but, eventually, yeah. Courage won, every time.
You mean fear?
Yeah. What do you know about these concepts, detective? You spent your life chasing petty nobodies until you turned into one of them.
I may be a nobody, Mr. Wessler, but at least I know who and what I am. I'm Santino Featherland. Tell me, can you still tell who you really are? Albert, Ibn, both of them? Neither.
Enough, Santino. Enough games. Ask your last question before I get tired of you and pull the trigger.
I'm very close to breaking him, but if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds. Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me?
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was an attack.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endless...
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert. So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before...
About who to target.
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told...
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys...
Yes, boss?
Don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So, can we go now, boss?
Don't give me ID.
I don't know if...
This means she's real, not just a...
So, you can finally ask...
I didn't even hear that. Our little savior. Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that was...
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her.
It was for us, too, believe me. How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my...
No, I love it when you say pretty...
Don't get used to it, Marty.
So, what's your...
35, Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's...
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything.
Yes, ma'am.
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon.
See you at the PD?
At the PD. Damn.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Santino, you're doing...
No, sir.
Then get the fuck out.
Damn.
Santino.
No, sir.
Then get the fuck out.
Ah, look what garbage the wind brought in.
Good God, is this guy...
Our faithful chronic...
I swear I'm gonna hang him someday.
What about him?
I don't know, but it's suspicious.
You think someone hired him?
Could be. You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it...
What can I say, Sonny? And my
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were...
But you managed somehow.
A professional's a professional.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano.
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old...
I think I have an idea.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't...
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you...
Huh, you wish, pal.
What will happen?
I don't know, Marty. How the hell did you find your way here, Tim?
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all...
I wish too, because then we could legally...
I love your sense of...
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get...
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess.
That, I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Fuck off, Tim.
Hey! Just one quote, guys.
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can...
Just...
I say you're full... So, what now?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel in...
I understand, Natasha. You know...
Yes, I know where...
See you around.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives. And what about you, son?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do...
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now.
Yes, I think you're right.
Santino, you're doing...
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck out.
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon. You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice catch, Bob.
Yeah, I wish I...
Please tell me.
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly...
Yeah, this...
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. Don't think...
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, what?
For what exactly?
For trying to save...
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while
I...
Of course you did.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I owe...
Look at that.
Nice catch, Bob.
So
turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Alone, we're still lying in my bed. All the corners are dead inside. The whole goes to black and white. The moon is falling, I hear you calling. My city is on fire. I hear a bang and my heart beat skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy checks. Where are you, baby? I'm still your lady. I'm gonna burn you down. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Chloe's still lying in my bed. It's dead.
Natasha?
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.